back on that question, Coach J, how would how would you guide a student athlete who is going to a junior college, knowing that they want to go on to a college and a university after 2 years? What are some of the guiding principles you would want to, for instance, give them? Like, for instance, I had a conversation with two kids last week, and one of the things I was mentioning to them, your games is being videotaped. You know, you need to keep those videotapes to put your profile together, because when you are ready to leave, you know, the junior college, you would want to try to attract colleges and universities. And I was explaining that to them, and also to one of the things I was explaining to them, and I know you touched on it, you got to be always on the move, always ready, because those games that you are playing, coaches are viewing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I know a lot of colleges now, four-year schools, really look to junior colleges for recruits, because what happens is that, let's say college coaches come out and they want to recruit a number 9, right? They're going to look at kids and they're going to look at profiles, and they're going to look at junior colleges. Now they're going to get a number 9, let's say, who's already has 2 years experience at a college. They're not a freshman, so they don't have all those freshman mistakes, you know, that they make when they first go away to college, or have any of those. They're more mature coming out of a junior college, so they'll be more inclined to take a kid from a junior college as opposed to just coming straight out of high school. So that's a definite boost for junior college players, is that they have 2 years to mature. And then college coaches, you know, are always emailing me, hey, I'm looking for this, hey, I'm looking for that, you know, and then I put them in touch, and then that's how the recruiting process happens. And coaches don't have to worry about it if the kid's going to be dedicated, if they're going to stay with the sport, if they're going to show up to practice every day, if they're going to be somebody who's good academically in the classroom, because that's all proven track record for the last 2 years for that student athlete.
As a coach, one of the things I'd like you to attest to, Coach Jen, is that recommendation process, you know, because we have a lot of kids who go in junior colleges, and I continue to explain to them, if a coach is interested in you, one of the first persons he's going to talk to is the coach who were coaching you before.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
They're going to come back there.
Yeah, no, I mean, they reach out, college coaches reach out. And you know, what's funny is that not junior college coaches all have a little fraternity. We all talk and we say, oh, this kid's great. This kid, you know, this one might need a little bit of help, or, you know, if you know, you never know what connections coaches can do for you, because they, like I said, for soccer, it's a fraternity of people, and we all know each other. So if you know somebody's looking for a specific type of person, you pass that information on to another coach, and then they pass that information on to somebody else. So it's a constant cycle and a constant networking of coaches that we all go through. We're not just only focused on our team. We're focused on really everybody in our conference and everybody we play against, and past relationships of where we've moved players onto playing, like I said, TCNJ and the Kentucky Christian University. So now those connections I have with those coaches, just because my 2 kids decided to go there, you know, so we have that communication now. So yeah, coaches are the first ones they go to all the time. So be good to your coach.
I like that, Coach Jen.
Be good to your coach.
Be good to your coach. He or she has a, you know, a say. They have a say in terms of, you know, your attitude, your, you know, your discipline, you know, your studies, your soccer on and off the pitch. They have some sort of say in it, when coming to, you know, you moving on, going to a different school, a higher level, and developing yourself. What, Coach Jen, what do you see for yourself in the future, as you know, as a collegiate coach, as you know, as a coach that coach travel community soccer, because that is so critical, you know, when we try to paint a picture to people who are not in the US about the different levels of, you know, rec soccer. You know, like, for instance, I was explaining to a couple of people in an area that I did rec soccer for about, on a Saturday morning, for about 4 or 5 hours. and we were seeing over 600 kids coming out.
Crazy, right? Crazy.
Over 600 kids we are seeing coming out, you know, and they're playing, you know, in different levels. And you go on one arena, a field, and you have about 8 or 9 soccer fields there. And these kids are coming out in their shin pads, little tiny mites, you know, coming
Yeah,
out and
yeah,
playing rec soccer at that age. And you know, you as a coach having that responsibility to impart, to show that love and that care, and to encourage these kids, because you know they need to know that there's a pathway for them. And you know, if they stick long enough in soccer, knowing that there's a mint of other sports to play, there is an opportunity there, because soccer can be a wonderful vehicle to travel in, to
sure.
become a much better person, and to really anchor yourself down in life later on. Yes?
Absolutely. I mean, if I didn't have it, I don't know where I would be, to be completely honest with you. I feel that it's a huge part of my life. I mean, I watch it, I talk about it. My family's so sick of hearing about it. You know, it's just something that it's who I am. It's really a huge part of me. And
Yeah.
I'm sure most of these guys and ladies who are here, it's the same thing. It's a huge part.
Coach Jen, thank you so much. Anything you would
You're
like
welcome.
to leave the kids with a word of advice, you know, in terms of getting themselves ready. Some of them are in the process of doing their SATs. Some of them are looking at their grade point average. Some of the kids too are looking and saying, okay, I'm in my early 20s. This is all over for me, you know,
Never too late, baby. Never too
and
late.
yeah, and that is why I went in just now and I asked you the question about the NAIA schools,
Yeah.
that kids can enter those schools at that age. And it's not over for you, you know, till it's really over. You know,
Yep.
any words you'd like to, you know, advice you would want to pass on to them, some of them who are viewing now who are pretty young too. And you know, they still have about, you know, 3, 4 more years to go wherever they are at, getting themselves prepared and thinking about some of the wonderful information you just shared with us.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to say thank you so much for having me. This was a blast. Anytime I could talk about soccer, I'm in, you know. So for me, this was really great. And I appreciate everybody hopping on and listening to me speak. The only thing I can say is if it's something that you love, go for it. Because no matter if you're a freshman in high school, if you're 25 years old starting out, you know, you're getting ready to go. If it's a passion, and if you love it, and you just go for it, because you never know where it's going to lead. You never know where soccer is going to take you, because there's so many different pathways and so many different avenues. And I'm so blessed that I got to do all of that. And I'm still continuing to do that with our coaching courses and meeting different people. And it's something that you're always evolving as a person, but don't be afraid. Just go for it, because you only live once, and it's something that you'll remember for the rest of your life.
Coach Jan, it was just an honor and a
Thank
privilege.
you.
I am humbled by the process. You know, we were communicating with all the different courses that we're doing. I think
Yeah.
the courses was 3 months of constant courses. We were
Constant,
doing
right?
constant
Yeah.
courses. We were in the night doing those courses, you know, during the day. And then, you know, we are heading out to the field to do the field part of it just now to complete it. And then we wait for a year again to come. And then we go back to a higher level, because we need to, the things we learn in those courses, we need to go out to our premium travel team and be able to work with these teams and gather that kind of experience at that level, you know, to go forward. You could have just did, go Coach Jan, go Coach Jan. Tell me.
Yeah, I
What's your
mean,
thinking?
like I said, you're never too old, and you never stop learning. And it's something that, you know, for me, I'm 45 years old, and I'm taking my D license course, something that I probably should have done ages ago. But
Yeah.
you know what? It's never too late. It's right.
Time.
Yep.
And what could you say to Coach Jen before we close up shop for kids who are interested in becoming coaches, knowing what is happening in the US alone? There's a massive shortfall of coaches
Yeah.
in the
I
US.
think if you all get here, coach a recreation team, coach a little travel team, just get experience coaching and being around kids if that's something that you're looking to do. Because you'll know real quick if it's something that you want to do or if you don't when you when you get to be around little kids. So I would start off with the travel or the rec teams, work with little kids and teach them the passion that you love and teach them what you know. And you know what? I think coming from different cultures and different backgrounds, I think we all need diversity in our life. And I think we all need to be around different types of people to make us better people. So if you can be involved and do different things, I think it's wonderful. So I would get to coaching little kids if that's something you really, really wanted to do. Work camps. You know, my coaches, we had camps all summer long for little kids. We had the Pocono Cup Invitational Camp. I worked it every summer. I loved it. We got paid in cash. It was great. We had a really good time. You know, it was super. So just soak up as much soccer as you possibly can while you're here. And I think you're really going to love it. And honestly, I'm here for all of you. If you ever need to reach out and email, if you have a question, if it's something you're a concern, or can I call someone for you, please feel free to reach out, and I'll give Coach Anthony all my information, and you're more than welcome to reach out. Parents too. I'm a parent, so I get it. If you have questions, you can always email me. You know, I get it. It's tough. It's really, really tough. But you'll be okay, parents. I promise you'll be okay.
Thank you so much, Coach Jen. Just a couple in-house notices before we leave you to have a wonderful weekend. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Thanks to Coach Jen for just giving us some of her time, and also to reach me, you can call me at 954-380-4829. That is 954-380-4829. That's the WhatsApp information that you can reach me on. And usually I would get you involved in the different groups. We have two groups that we have, Coach Jen. One of the groups is just totally filled up already. Over 200 and something people is full up, and the second group is filling up now. Inside of those groups, Coach Jen, is where I put the information for schools. I target those areas. So if you're not in the WhatsApp group, it's going to be difficult for you to get information. I invite people to get involved in the WhatsApp group. And what I do, I would post information inside of there. So if a coach contact me, there's an opportunity, I would put it inside of the group, and you are in the know when you are inside of that group. So please, once again, WhatsApp number is 954-380-4829. And once you're inside of that group, then I would ask you to put your video profile together, and then you put your personal profile with your qualifications and all that information you put together for me. And then I would be able to put it on the YouTube channel and forward it to different coaches who are interested in kids when that time comes. Because as you know, there's a recruiting season, and then the season is closed. And when the season is closed, then you cannot be involved in it. But when it's open again, the information goes out there. So once again, guys, thank you so much. Reach out, send the information. And just to piggyback on what Coach Jen said, there are thousands of schools in the U.S.
You betcha.
looking for kids to get involved with soccer. And it's an agreement. It's a hand-in-hand agreement. They supply you with an education. You play soccer. You can't want anything better than that. You're making new friends, new families. You would be able, some of these kids too in the school, you spend, you know, holidays, Christmas by some of these kids. Their parents invite you to spend Thanksgiving by them. You make new friends from different walks of life. You broaden your horizon. You know, you broaden your horizon when you're out here going to school. You learn, like for instance, and just a joke before we go, I did not know Coach Jen know Anthony Chris.
Yeah.
It's having a discussion with Coach Jen, and we were talking, and when Coach Jen mentioned Stradbroke, I said, with Anthony, I know Anthony. And if I were to tell you about Anthony, we practically grew up, there's houses away in Trinidad. We grew up and played with different national youth teams and played with different club teams. And you know, we spent sometime in Miami hanging out. Tony is all the way in Miami. And I promise you, I'm going to forward his information to you as soon as we get offline.
Yeah, please do. That would be great. That would be great.
And I think he's logged on here right now. So you could, you know, I know Tony is somewhere logged on somewhere here today. And I would forward your WhatsApp information.
Tell him I miss him. Tell him I miss him. He's a good guy.
He's listening. He's listening to you. He's logged on. He's loved
That's
on Coach
awesome.
Jen. Coach Jen, blessings to you and your family.
You as well.
A safe and successful 21. And looking forward to great things from you and your school, and also to the community that you coach soccer in. And I know we were supposed to meet up tomorrow, but tomorrow is not going to happen again.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're going to meet up again face to face
I'll
and then
see you
be
in a
able
few
to chat
weeks.
in a few weeks, Coach Jen.
Yeah.
Coach Jen, thank you
Thank you,
so much.
everybody. Greatly
And
appreciated. If anybody needs anything, I'm always here.
And Coach Jen, we're going to call you back to when the season open back up again, where you could be more open to chat, because the season is already open up for coaches to talk more.
Yes, that'd be great. That would be
yeah,
perfect. That'd be perfect.
to have you back on. Coach Jen, thanks again.
Thank
Blessings
you,
and much love to
everybody.
you.
Be
Bye-bye.
well. Take care.
Okay, Coach Jen. Thanks again. Bye-bye.